Imagine a place where ancient matriarchs still rule the land, where billionaires vanish into jungle-cloaked mansions, and where you can descend into the ocean without ever getting wet. This isn't a sci-fi movie. This is Guam, a remote U.S. territory floating in the heart of the Pacific, equal parts mystery, paradise, and power. It's a land where village feasts serve up coconut and spam, where ancestral spirits walk among the living, and underwater observatories bring you face to face with wild marine life. It's not quite America, not quite Asia, and unlike anywhere else on Earth. These are 15 mind-blowing facts about one of the world's most fascinating and misunderstood islands. This is Guam like you've never seen it. Number 15. The most unique place in the Pacific. Guam is often mistaken for an independent island nation, but it's actually been a U.S. territory since 1898. Located over 3,800 miles west of Hawaii and closer to the Philippines than California, Guam is the first place in the United States to see the sunrise. With just 210 square miles of land, about half the size of San Diego County, this small island has its own international dialing code, +1671, as if it were a separate country. As of 2025, Guam's population is estimated at just under 170,000, made up of native Chamorro people, Filipinos, white Americans, and other Pacific Islander groups. The main languages? English and Chamorro, a beautiful fusion that sounds like Spanish mixed with local island dialects. Guam is hot, humid, and tropical year-round, with temperatures around 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, and a rainy season that runs from July to November. It's truly America's eternal summer. But here's something that sets Guam apart in a way few understand. Guamanians are U.S. citizens, yet they can't vote for the president. It's a political gray zone only islanders truly grasp. Number 14, the only place where you can dive without getting wet. Want to explore the ocean without getting your hair wet? In Guam, that's totally possible. At Pity Bomb Holes Marine Preserve, you'll find the Fisheye Underwater Observatory, Guam's only walk-in ocean experience. A 1,000-foot wooden bridge takes you out into the bay. Then you descend 30 feet below sea level into a 360-degree glass-walled observatory, basically a natural aquarium. Tropical fish, coral reefs, even sea turtles swim inches away in crystal-clear water. The coral here grows on rare underwater pits called bomb holes, created by natural volcanic gas eruptions, adding another layer of mystery to this surreal spot. Every afternoon, the floating deck comes alive with Chamorro cultural shows, traditional dancing, and open-air BBQs right over the water. Number 13, the only place where women hold the land and choose their husbands. In most parts of the world, land inheritance and family leadership follow the male line. But in Guam, it's the women who hold the land and the power. Here, Chamorro women are not just caretakers of tradition, they're also cultural anchors, business leaders, and matriarchs. In many families, it's the mother or grandmother who manages property, oversees village feasts, and decides how family resources are shared. Even marriage proposals often go through her first. And it's not just tradition, it's law. Inheritance in many Chamorro families passes through the female line, a custom rooted in deep respect for women as givers of life and keepers of the land. Their beauty reflects this strength. A natural blend of East and West, Chamorro women often have golden brown skin, flowing black hair, and bright eyes framed by long lashes. But their real beauty comes from confidence, warmth, and presence. You might find a Chamorro woman weaving pandanus mats at sunrise, feeding an entire village by noon, and giving a speech in perfect English at a wedding by evening. They don't chase trends, they define their own. Number 12. The most stunning outdoor studio in the Pacific. In Guam, graffiti isn't vandalism, it's ritual, a form of spiritual storytelling. Chamorro youth don't just paint walls, they speak to their ancestors through art. Every mural is a message. Colorful coral reefs, sacred sharks, ancestral eyes, and ancient symbols woven into waves of paint. It's part memory, part offering. Before a single stroke, many artists observe a quiet ritual, choosing a sacred day, standing before the wall, and asking their ancestors for permission. Because here, street art is not just creative expression, it's cultural continuity. One of the most striking examples is in Tumon, where a 100-foot wall showcases a full underwater world, turtles, tropical fish, bold coral, all as if the reef itself rose up to greet the city. Across Hagatnya, Tamuning, and Dededo, the streets transform into living museums. Bus stops, alleyways, roadside cafes, every surface becomes a canvas. These murals are more than public art. They appear in music videos, fashion shoots, and even wedding photos, turning Guam into the Pacific's most unexpected outdoor studio. Number 11. An island that honors flightless birds and silent water buffalo. Most nations celebrate fierce creatures, lions, eagles, wolves. But in Guam, the island pays tribute to two of its quietest animals, a flightless bird and a gentle water buffalo. Meet the Coco, a small brown bird that can't fly but refuses to disappear. Once nearly extinct, this determined creature has become a symbol of survival. You'll see the Coco everywhere, on stamps, welcome signs, and even at the annual Coco Road Race, where locals and visitors run in its honor. Persistent, steady, and humble. And then there's the carabao, a massive horned water buffalo introduced centuries ago by Filipinos. Once a work animal used for plowing fields, it's now a cultural icon, often seen pulling parade floats during Guam's festivals, adorned in flowers and beads. Number 10. The world's most beautiful beach paradise, where people don't swim. Imagine a beach so pristine it looks untouched by time. Turquoise water, powdery white sand, and wild sea turtles nesting on shore. Now imagine, almost no one swimming there. Welcome to Guam, a U.S. territory with some of the most stunning beaches on Earth, where locals rarely take a dip. That's because the ocean here is more than a playground, it's sacred. To the Chamorro people, the sea is where ancestors live, where blessings are cast, and where fish are gathered with quiet reverence. Sure, visitors may run for the waves, but you're more likely to see locals setting up grills under coconut trees, playing guitar by the water, or just watching the tide roll in. In Guam, beaches aren't theme parks. They're living museums, filled with spirit, respect, and a kind of peace that's hard to describe but impossible to forget. Comment number 4 below if one of Guam's beaches just landed on your bucket list. Number 9. Volcanic pools and living ancient villages. On Guam's southeastern shore, there's a place where time stands still, and the ocean welcomes you like a warm, ancient memory. Welcome to Inner Raja Natural Pool, a volcanic wonder shaped not by human hands, but by fire and lava thousands of years ago. As molten rock met the Pacific, it cooled into black volcanic walls, forming a naturally protected pool right beside the open sea. The water? So clear, so calm. It feels like nature's own infinity pool. No lifeguards, no chlorine, just gentle waves and colorful reef fish swimming between your toes. Locals often call it Guam's open-air aquarium. Visitors call it Paradise without an entry fee. It's one of the most photographed spots on the island. Blue skies, turquoise waters, and jagged lava rocks framing the scene like a painting. Number 8. The higher you climb, the closer you get to Guam's elite. In most of the world, wealth gathers downtown, near glittering lights, luxury malls, and skyline towers. But in Guam, status climbs uphill. On this island, the higher you go, the more exclusive it gets. Quiet neighborhoods like Nimitz Hill, Adelap Heights, and Chalan Pago Ordo may not look flashy, but behind those peaceful fences are the homes of Guam's top diplomats, military leaders, and CEOs. No crowds, no paparazzi, just large hilltop homes with wide verandas and panoramic views of Tumon Bay or Apra Harbor. In spring, residents sip coffee while watching whales breach in the distance. In storm season, they stay safely above typhoon surges and coastal floods. The cool breeze up here? Constant. The silence? Undisturbed. Number 7. Life in Hagatna, the calmest capital you've never heard of. Guam's capital, Hagatna, isn't like any capital city you've ever seen. No towering skyscrapers, no traffic jams, no honking horns echoing through concrete canyons. Instead, peace, open roads, and a pace of life so calm it almost feels surreal. Even at rush hour, cars glide by with patience. Locals smile, and everyone waves, literally. Whether you're a tourist or a resident, just drive down any quiet street and someone will likely greet you with a friendly smile or a laid-back wave. This isn't forced politeness, it's called the island wave, a Guam tradition that turns total strangers into neighbors and makes the entire community feel like a big extended family. And despite its small-town vibe, Hagatna has a surprising number of sleek rides, from Mustangs and Jeeps to luxury Teslas. Why? Because cars here aren't taxed the way they are on the U.S. mainland, making Guam a hidden paradise for car lovers. Number 6. The only island where greeting people is a way of life. Step foot on Guam and you'll hear one word again and again, Hafa Adai. Pronounced ha-fa-day, it means hello in Chamorro, but it's more than that. It's a philosophy, a vibe, a way of showing the world that kindness is free and strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. You'll see Hafa Adai on everything, from billboards to coffee cups to the giant welcome arch at Guam's airport. There's even a Hofa Adai festival, a radio show, and a government initiative called the Hofa Adai Spirit Program, all promoting this unique attitude of generosity and warmth. What makes it special? The greeting is always genuine. Whether you're a first-time visitor or someone who's lived on the island your whole life, Hafa Adai opens doors and hearts. It's the reason locals might pull over to help you on the road or share food without expecting anything in return. It's not just hospitality, it's culture. As they say on the island, say Hofa Adai and you're already family. And if you haven't snapped a photo under the iconic Hafa Adai airport arch, well, you haven't really been to Guam. Number 5. The only place where blowing a conch shell calls the whole village. In Guam, if you hear a deep, echoing sound sweeping across the hills like a slow trumpet, it's not from a movie scene. That's the call of the ka shell, and on this island, it means something special is happening. For the Chamorro people, the cam shell isn't just an instrument, it's a traditional village bell. It calls elders to council, families to feast, and entire communities to celebration. A single breath into the shell can summon neighbors from every direction. Every March, Guam's villages come alive during the Chamorro Cultural Festival, a week of storytelling, song, and spirit. You'll witness Fanihi dances inspired by local bats, hear ancient legends told by torchlight, and learn to weave pandanus mats by hand. Visitors aren't just observers, they join in. You can even cook Kelligan, Guam's signature dish of lemon-marinated chicken with coconut and hot peppers, a burst of flavor that captures the island's fire and soul. Here's something beautiful. Chamorro artists never sign their work. They believe each creation is a gift, not a possession. That's the spirit of the island. Comment number 6 if you'd love to try blowing the conch shell yourself and calling an entire village to dinner. Number 4. The strangest tourist wonders of the Pacific. What if we told you there's a place where you can walk among sharks without getting wet? Where waterfalls hide secret caves, ancient stone giants guard the land, and a legendary cliff holds the eternal memory of two lovers? This isn't Hawaii. It's not Bali. It's Guam, a 210-square-mile island bursting with otherworldly surprises. Start your journey at Underwater World in Tumon, Guam's sleek tourist center. Here, you'll walk through the longest aquarium tunnel in Micronesia, eye to eye with stingrays, sea turtles, and reef sharks, all without ever leaving dry land. Feeling romantic? Don't miss Two Lovers Point, one of Guam's most iconic spots. According to legend, two star-crossed Chamorro lovers leapt from this cliff to escape separation. Today, the railings are covered with thousands of lovelocks, making it Guam's own version of Paris, but with a view over the vast Pacific. Want something ancient? Visit Latte Stone Park near the capital. These towering stone pillars, called latte, once held up Chamorro homes centuries ago. They now stand as sacred symbols of strength, family, and identity. Every corner of Guam tells a story. Every path leads to something strange, sacred, or unforgettable. Number 3, the only place in the world where you can pray and compete in mango eating contests. Think festivals are all about music and dancing? Guam adds its own twist, with heartfelt prayers, island-wide reunions, and a competition to see who can devour the most mangoes in record time. Every December 8th, the capital Hagåtña transforms for Santa Marian Kamalan Day, Guam's most important Catholic celebration. Thousands gather in reverence as a centuries-old statue of the Virgin Mary is paraded through the streets. There are floral garlands, candlelight processions, and songs of devotion. But it's more than religion. It feels like a giant Chamorro family gathering where grandparents and children walk hand in hand beneath the golden sun. Spirituality here isn't distant. It's woven into everyday life, with warmth, food, and open arms. And then, just 6 months later, the mood shifts to something sweeter, literally. Agat's annual Mango Festival is the most unique mango celebration in the Pacific. With over 30 local varieties, it's a mango lover's dream. There are contests for the weirdest-looking mango, the fastest mango eater, and even awards for mango recipes, ranging from spicy pickles to mango cocktails, pies, and handmade soaps using mango peels. It's joyful, zesty, and completely unexpected. But Guam doesn't stop there. In July, the island becomes the cultural capital of Micronesia during the Micronesian Island Fair. Nations like Palau, Kiribati, and the Marshall Islands come together in Sagan Koturan Chamorro Park, sharing fire dances, stick dancing, weaving, and stories passed down for generations, spoken in native tongues under open skies. Number 2. The cost of living in Guam. Paradise without the price tag. Ever dreamed of living in a tropical paradise without paying Beverly Hills prices? Guam might be that dream, made real. Nestled in the heart of the Pacific, Guam offers a relaxed island lifestyle that's surprisingly affordable. Add it all up, and monthly living costs for one person average around $2,900, about 20 to 30% less than cities like Los Angeles or San Francisco. It's not just a place to visit. It's a place to live, work remotely, or retire in peace. Would you consider settling in Guam? Comment 1 for yes or 0 for no. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Number 1. Guam's cuisine, a paradise of BBQ, spam, and whole village feasts. In Guam, food isn't just nourishment, it's community, culture, and celebration. Think spam as just a military leftover? Not here. On this island, spam is a beloved delicacy. Fried at breakfast, mixed with rice at lunch, and grilled at village barbecues for dinner. Always served with Guam's national sauce, finadine, a tangy blend of soy sauce, vinegar, onions, and red-hot peppers that wakes up every bite. Guam's food culture is a flavorful fusion of native Chamorro traditions, Pacific Island influence, and classic American comfort food. Every July, Tumon transforms for the Guam BBQ Block Party, where military chefs, restaurant pros, and neighborhood grill masters compete for glory. The scent of marinated ribs, green papaya, roasted coconut, and island spices fills the streets, drawing thousands of hungry visitors. But the heart of Guam's cuisine lives in the fiesta, a whole village feast where even strangers are treated like family. You don't need an invitation. Just walk in, and you'll find a plate in your hand and a warm smile waiting.